Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Currently I am at Utah and yesterday we drove from California to Utah. California, Arizona and then Utah. Utah में mountain time follow होता है and Utah is 1 hour ahead from California. And it's a very beautiful morning now. That was our hotel yesterday, Hotel Roadway Inn, and we are now heading towards the Bryce Canyon. We are in the Panguitch city now and we stopped at Kenny's Race restaurant for the breakfast. Let's see what options do we get here. I have checked the menu card, but there are very less vegetarian options available here. Only bread and butter and oatmeal is there in vegetarian. So finally I am going with this egg veggie omelette. So we are entering into the park now. Fees for private vehicles is $35 per car, but if you have annual pass with you, then they won't charge anything to you. You just have to show your pass at the entrance. If you want, you can also buy annual passes at the entrance. We are about to enter the Bryce Canyon National Park now. It seems to be very crowded today. See that line. एंट्रेंस साइन पे फोटो खिंचवाने के लिए भी लंबी लाइन है यहाँ पे. देखते हैं और आगे क्या मिलता है देखने को. I am at the Rainbow Point now. This is the last viewpoint of Bryce Canyon National Park. इसके आगे बस पहाड़ ही पहाड़ है और खाई है और घने जंगल. आज हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि हम लास्ट से शुरू करते हैं, तो हम लोग लास्ट व्यू पॉइंट से स्टार्टिंग वाले व्यू पॉइंट तक जाने वाले हैं, यानी उल्टा जाने वाले हैं. तो लेट्स गो. So this is the first southern end point of Bryce Canyon National Park. And just take a look at this landscape. It is completely refreshing. Yovimpa Point and Rainbow Point are beside each other. It is just a 2-3 minutes walk from here to there. This is Yovimpa Point Overlook. It is the highest viewpoint of this park. Let me share the name of the trails that you can do from both of these points. First one is Bristol Cone Loop Trail, which is 1 mile. Second is Rick Spring Loop Trail, which is 8.9 miles. And the third is Under the Rim Trail, which is 23 miles. This is our next stop, Ponderosa Point. The speciality of this point is that the trees in this area smells like vanilla and butterscotch. यहाँ पे काफी ग्रीनरी भी है, तो चलो स्मेल करके देखते हैं कि सही में वनीला और बटरस्कॉच जैसा स्मेल आता है कि नहीं. बहुत ज़्यादा तो नहीं बट स्लाइटली ये वेनिला जैसा स्मेल ज़रूर कर रहा है। दिस इज़ रियली अ वंडर फॉर मी। Hoodoos are pillars of rock. They are typically between 5 and 150 feet high. There was a Paiute people tribe who lived in this area, and they have their own origin story for the Hoodoos of Bryce Canyon. And I found that story quite interesting. Long ago, this land was inhabited by Evil Legend people. And these Evil Legend people were so greedy. They ate all the food and drank up all the streams and rivers, due to which the other creatures living in this area didn't get anything to survive. Eventually, the other creatures appealed to the coyote. Coyote is a wolf, and he is a very powerful spirit. He then invited the Evil Legion people to a lavish feast, and they all came dressed beautifully with painted faces as a tradition. But when they sat down to eat, Coyote started turning them into stones. They were frightened. They were scared, and they fled in terror, toppling over one another. So, as per the Paiute tribe, Hoodoos are ancient Evil Legion people turned into stones by Coyote as a punishment for bad deeds. This is the Fairyland Point Overlook, and it is so gorgeous. If you closely observe these hoodoos here, you can actually able to relate them with the story of Paiute people which I have just shared. Yes, you can find some hoodoos with human faces and shapes here. Did you find them? I know. It's great, right? From this point, there is a 5.5 miles rim trail, and this rim trail connects this view to Sunrise Point, Sunset Point, Inspiration Point, and as well as Bryce Point. सच कहूँ तो फेरीलैंड एंड इंस्पिरेशन पॉइंट्स देख के मैं रुक ही गई और बस इन व्यूज़ को देखती ही रह गई। वहाँ से जाने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा था। ऐसा लैंडस्केप शायद ही कहीं और दुनिया में देखने को मिले। and it is truly an inspiration for me for exploring the world to the core.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed, deep and abiding. Liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
If you can only go to the one place in Bryce Canyon National Park, then I will suggest you should go here. This is the Bryce Point Overlook, and this point is right at the entrance of the park. When I first saw this overlook, I felt like this can't be real and I must be on some another planet. You can see another lovely angle of Bryce Canyon National Park from Bryce Point. I can describe it as breathtaking, stunning, jaw-dropping, majestic, amazing, and whatnot. Words are inadequate here. Just don't miss the opportunity to see this viewpoint if you are in Bryce Canyon. And finally, we are in the visitor center. यहाँ पे कुछ Hoodoos के structures बनाए हुए हैं, and you will get to know about the details of history and geology of Bryce Canyon here. They can also show you a short informative film on Bryce Canyon. And in this film, you can see how Bryce Canyon looks like in summer, winter, and rainy season, which is quite interesting. Ideally, this visitor center should be one of your first stops when visiting the Bryce Canyon National Park, because here You can obtain driving and hiking directions as per the current weather. We are now heading towards the last spot of the day, which is Mossy Cave Trail. There is a beautiful waterfall here you can see, and this point is in the northern section of the park. So this is all about the Bryce Canyon National Park. Let me know how you like it, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.